Good morning, ladies. Pajama Granny wants to talk to you about breakfast. Break fast, as they say. So, I don't know about you, but all my life I've heard breakfast is the most important meal of the day. What do you think about that? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know. So, when I was growing up, by the time I got to high school, I was probably skipping breakfast. Not probably, I was skipping breakfast because wanted to sleep, get it, just go to school. Unless I was on one of those fad diets, then I was eating cabbage soup in the morning, and then another 2 hours you ate it again or whatever. So, yeah, my up and down yo-yo on breakfast has been all my life. And then as an adult, I'm getting the kids ready. I always made them have breakfast, whether they wanted it or not. Poor girls had to eat breakfast. I didn't, but they had to. So, you get up late or I'm not hungry. There's millions of reasons why we don't eat breakfast. However, I'm beginning to believe that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and there's a reason. And our bodies are made that way. And you can do your own experiment and check it out for yourself. But of course, I have my Fab 4 shake for my breakfast. And whether you have the Fab 4 shake or the Fab 4 meal for breakfast, you really need to make yourself eat breakfast, because I feel if you do that, then you are going 4 to 6 hours before you're hungry and you need another meal. Now, here's a trick that I discovered. Checking my notes. Our bodies need to fast, and most say 12 hours. So that's why if you eat dinner at 6 o'clock at night, you're going to be hungry at 6 o'clock in the morning. Even though it's early for you, you should wake up hungry. Now, I've noticed if I get up in the middle of the night and have a snack, which we don't need to snack because we're not babies, but that's life. Then when I wake up in the morning, I may not be hungry because I haven't gone that 12 hours. But I always have my shake ready, pre-made, not pre-mixed. It doesn't get soggy, it doesn't get yucky, it's just pre-made and in the fridge. And then if I do get up and I'm not hungry and get busy, and then all of a sudden I think I'm starving, instead of grabbing for stuff that I shouldn't, my shake is there, just throw it on the blender and I have it. So try it, check it out. See if you go 12 hours after your last meal at night, because our body needs to fast, which I never, you hear about it, but you don't do it. So now you're hearing about it again and you're going to do it. So fast your body because it needs to rest at night, just as we do. And, it uses all the nutrients or whatever it does. Again, I'm not a doctor, not a scientist. Just check it out yourself. I'm just sharing with you what I've been learning and doing. So now, and maybe this will stop some of us from snacking after we eat. We think we have after dinner, then we settle down, get the dishes done, kids settled or whatever, husband settled, whatever. And then we sit down and we want to have a snack and watch TV or read or whatever. And maybe this will prevent. Plus, if you're eating the right last meal of the day, if you're eating the right meal, it will last you for 12 hours. At least if you still are snacking, make this a habit also. If you snack, you can't go to bed until 3 more hours after that snack. Now that's torture, but that's maybe training your body for no snacks, because they say, I got to find the book that I read this in. Of course, I hang out at the bookstore anyways. I'm reading all this stuff, but I need to find out the book. Of course, it would be in the nutrition section or the diet section or recipes or whatever. But in a book, I read that if you should not go to bed at least 3 hours after you have eaten. That's a snack, a meal, anything at night. And you supposedly lose weight if you do that. Now, I haven't done that. I haven't tried it. Just read about it. So just remember, if you do have a snack at 9 o'clock at night, you can't go to bed 9, 10, 11, till 12. And then you still have to get up and go to work in the morning or whatever, take care of life. So some of us stay up that late anyways and can get up. But instead of having that snack that you think you have to have, do a pajama granny workout, or a pajama granny fit, not workout, fit. Do something else besides that. Or maybe you're eating dinner too early. Now, I'm supposed to be talking about breakfast, but it all interacts. They say, or I've heard it all my life, don't eat after 6 o'clock at night if you're dieting. Well, we're not dieting, we're eating right. So I'm thinking, if you eat dinner at 6 o'clock at night, and if you're going to bed at 9 and you're good about that, then that's great. And you're not having a snack after dinner. You're going to bed at 9 and you have to get up early or whatever. But my thing is, if you're eating before 6 because you think that's what your body needs, or that's what the experts tell us to do, and you're snacking, you're defeating that purpose. So to me, and I've been doing this for a few weeks now because my lifestyle has been changing and things that I do. I've been eating dinner 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. However, I'm sticking to the Fab Four. Remember, Be Well by Kelly. I'm following her book and her guidelines and stuff like that. I don't cook what her foods show. When you get the book, I'm not into all that, but I'm trying to keep to the Fab Four. So I've been eating later in the evening because of the lifestyle change that has been going on, but I'm not going to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock either. So I'm not going to bed till later. So my body is digesting that, and I have not put on any weight. In fact, I have lost inches. I know because the way my pants fit. So I haven't weighed myself. I don't do measurements. Haven't weighed myself in a while. A couple months or longer. So I'm thinking my body can adapt to eating later in the evening, but I'm staying up later and I'm eating the right things even though it's late. And then no snacks, of course. So think about that. Think about, if you're in your brain, I got to eat before 6, that's what the experts say. Well, that's great. But the experts don't know that you're staying up till 11, 12 o'clock at night, and you're going to be hungry 4 to 6 hours after you eat. So you're going to snack and then you're going to go to bed. And that's where it gets us. So if you're eating at 6 and going to bed at 9, probably, you won't snack anyways, or hopefully you won't snack within that 3 hours. Go to bed, brush your teeth, go to bed. And you won't want to have a snack. So that's, am I getting off a track? Let's get back on track. Then I discovered this week, I learned 2 new things this week. Pajama Granny's learning. Number 1 is God has made, I'm not sure how to say it. Okay, I have a daughter who went back to work and was nursing, so now she's pumping. Ladies, we all, those been around kids or had kids or whatever, so she's pumping. And I noticed that in the morning when she pumps, I call it cream. I tell her, you're pumping heavy cream, because her milk, when it's in the bottle and, she puts it in the fridge and then I'm feeding it to the baby later, it's got a heavy cream on the top and it's really thick. And then I noticed as the day goes by, the milk gets thinner and thinner and thinner. And it's almost like water at night. And I'm thinking, this is weird. How is a baby getting the nutrition that she needs as the milk, Anyways, so I finally asked her, figured she knew. She's, nursing or whatever, and this was too long ago for me. So, it's true. The milk in the morning is like the most nutrition, has the most fat in it, it's thicker, and that's a God thing. That because that baby gets that at breakfast. And that's telling me that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and that's where you get all your nutrition, and your body processes it during the day and stuff like that. And then as the day goes on, and they tell us to eat a smaller lunch and then even a smaller dinner. Well, if babies are surviving on thicker milk and cream in the morning, and as their day goes on, they're not nursing on that heavy of nutrients in the evening. And then, they sleep through the night and get up hungry. So that was just an eye-opener to me, that how breakfast is, yes, the most important meal of the day. And we should figure out how to get a nutrition breakfast, not a donut at the office. Don't have your shake at home or on the way to work and then get to the office and there's donuts and cookies. You have to close your eyes and walk away from those. You had your Fab4 or your shake or whatever fuel plan that you're on. If you're doing it right in the morning, you can say no to those snacks in the break room. And I'm sure other people are watching you and they're seeing the change in your body and probably even your attitude. I mean, our brains get unfogged when we're eating right and taking care of our body, and they're going to want to follow you and see what you're doing. So that was an eye-opener to me, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And then as the day goes on, we don't need as many calories as we do at breakfast because we waited that 12 hours. So think about that. You can do your own research. And the other thing I learned this week from Miss Julie at Reshape and Recover. You can check out her site. She's got a website, she's all kinds of things going, a book, a journal, everything like that. She's on top of it. She, in one of her meetings that I was in, talked about food pushers. I never heard this before, but when she talked about it, it clicked. I have lived with some food pushers and have worked with some food pushers, and probably at times have been a food pusher myself. So think about it. People, your loved ones even, they're probably, they're probably the worst. I can think of a spouse. Yes, I've been married more than once, only twice. They are huge food pushers. I mean, and whether they're doing it on purpose or I don't know, it doesn't matter, but be aware of the people who say, you're eating and you just had your Fab4 or whatever and they're still eating, and it's like, oh, have some more, you can have some more, or don't waste it, or it's only a few French fries or whatever. Be prepared and be aware. Or if you go to somebody's house, and yes, this is very hard. There's a lot of cultures out there that get offended if you go to their home and you say no thank you to their food. I understand that, and in my mind I have places that I go to that are like that, and sometimes it's like, oh, when I leave, it's like I offended them, and but I live in America, nothing against cultures or anything, but if you put out a big old spread and I'm only nibbling on it, I have to be true to myself also, and either talk to those people if you go there often, and just explain that you understand the spread that they put out, but you can't have all of that, and you don't want all of it. Not that you can't have it, you don't want it, and you don't need it. So you can be polite about it. And if you're a food pusher, be careful. Start thinking about it. If you go out to lunch with somebody and you know that they're trying to, and a lot, not even trying to be fit, but what about their health issues? Are they low sodium? Are they diabetic? If you know ahead of time, maybe you're going to choose a meal that is okay for them too. I mean, I'm not going to choose gluten-free or a vegetarian or anything like that just to please somebody. And if I'm going out to lunch or dinner with somebody, I guess we can talk about it. Where are we going? What are we going to eat? You can research the restaurant. But we're talking about breakfast. So if you sit down and you eat your Fab Four, or you drink your Fab Four, or you can even eat it, you can make your Fab Four shake like pudding, and you can actually sit down and eat it with a spoon. I've done this before. So if you're one that you think you have to put silverware in your mouth in the morning, make your smoothie or your shake, your Fab Four shake, thick, so that you are sitting down at the breakfast table with whoever that you have to eat with in the morning, and eat it. It's like a pudding. But don't be tempted by them saying, oh, there's one piece of bacon left, or sausage or whatever, or they're cooking, and yeah, that's hard to turn down bacon and sausage if you're into that, because the smell. So hopefully those food pushers will understand that you mean business and you're serious, and maybe they can have that stuff when you're not around, or maybe you can grab your shake and run to your workout room or another room and read your Bible or do a fit or anything to get you out of that smell and out of that area. And hopefully they'll be respectful down the line as they're seeing that you mean business, and at breakfast time they'll do better, or they'll eat after you leave the house, or they won't go out to breakfast as much and get that biscuits and gravy or whatever that's so tempting to you right now, until you can say no. So food pushers, which Miss Julie, I'm going to call them food bullies. That's what I'm going to name them. So check out Julie at Reshape and Recover. She's got a great site that helps you eat right, and she has a book and a journal and all kinds of stuff. And so watch out for your food bullies and eat breakfast. It is the most important meal of the day. Check it out, research it. You have nursing moms to research to see what their milk is like, to see if I'm right. I've seen it firsthand, so I know I'm right. And watch food bullies, food pushers, whatever you want to call them, food bullies. Be careful and don't you be one. Maybe you've gained some weight and you're not on track yet, and you want other people to be that way with you, so you're going to push food on them. Be careful. Don't be a food pusher, bully, and don't let other people around you be food bullies. Stand up for yourself. We have to. Our health is the most important thing to us, and we want to be around long enough to take care of those food pushers. They're the ones that are going to need to be taken care of because they won't get on board and eat right with us. So that is my take on, is breakfast the most important meal of the day? I would love to hear from you all to see how you feel, what you're doing, to see if you did start on your shakes, and if you do crave them in the morning. If you're true to yourself, if you're making them correctly, please follow the recipes, because I'm one of those too, that, you know, there's leftover fruits or whatever, and I'm just trying to throw everything in there to get it used up, and the sugar count in my shake is going to be sky high, and then I'm going to eat by the time I get to work in 2 hours. So make sure you're being true to yourself and that your shakes are proper, or if you're eating your breakfast, make sure it is the Fab4 so that you are getting the correct nutrition that you need to last you 4 to 6 hours. So my take on breakfast, I can't wait to hear back from all of you on what you're doing, how you're doing it, and what you feel. So get back to pajamagranny@gmail.com. Thanks, ladies. Bye.